Hi students, myself Joy Bandyopadhyay. I've been teaching you load flow studies for the past couple of weeks, in which we went through approximate load flow study, Gauss-Seidel load flow study, and Newton-Raphson load flow study. And we learned many things like how to find out the voltage at any particular bus, the phase angle delta at any particular bus. This was through approximate load flow study, as well as through Gauss-Seidel method, as well as through Newton-Raphson method. And as we all know, these methods are different from each other. Now in Newton-Raphson method, we came across another separate entity, and that was known as Jacobian matrix. So I had also shown you in my notes how to calculate Jacobian matrix, and finally with the help of it, you can find out the voltage and phase angle delta at any bus. Now, sometimes tricky questions can be encountered, even for MCQs. Even it can come in your GATE or any other competitive exam, or in any other textbookish exam, where sometimes some tricky questions, like say for 1 mark, 2 mark, they might give related load flow study. We basically know that load flow studies deal with huge amount of calculations, numericals. As you have seen, the numericals have been like for 14 pages, 15 pages, 12, 13 pages. So how can a question from load flow study come based on 1 mark or 2 mark? We'll see. If they are talking about the types of buses, like what is a slack bus, then they can ask from there what are the quantities mentioned there. So you can say that V and delta are mentioned, P and Q need to be found. Then for voltage control bus, that is for PV bus, you can find your P and V are specified. You have to find out Q and delta. And for load flow bus, that is PQ bus, P and Q are known, but V and delta are not known. That you have to calculate. So these kind of questions can be encountered for 1 marks or 2 marks in MCQs. But apart from that, like say from Newton-Raphson load flow study, what kind of MCQ question can come? Well, today I'm going to teach you through my audio recording what kind of question to expect from such kind of a topic. See, one very important formula is, say, directly if they tell you, they give you some data. If the question gives you some data, and at the end of the data they tell you find the size of Jacobian matrix, then you have to directly use the formula twice of A minus B minus 2. Again, I'm repeating. First bracket, twice of A minus B minus 2, bracket closed, into first bracket opened, twice of A minus B minus 2, bracket closed. So the first entity will be twice A minus B minus 2 enclosed within first bracket. That will be multiplied again with another entity, that is twice of A minus B minus 2. That is also within first bracket. Okay. Now what is A, what is B? See, A stands for the total number of buses specified in the numerical. They have to specify that. So small a, small b I'm talking about. Okay, these are all small a, small b. So A stands for the total number of buses. And what is B? B stands for the total number of PV buses. Okay, B stands for the total number of PV buses. Now, as we all know from load flow study, that a PV bus is also known as a voltage control bus or a generator bus. Is at this bus, generator is always connected. Okay, and here for calculations part, P and V are always specified. Q and delta you have to find out. And then there is the general concept of generator bus. General concept of generator bus means again a bus where generator is connected and their V and delta are known. Have we got it? So PV bus is also a voltage control bus known as your generator bus, and the generator bus where V and delta are known, that is the bus to which generator is connected, is also known as your generator bus. So basically, if say number of buses is given as 50, so what will happen to small a? A will be equal to 50. Okay, and how will you find out B? Now B will be equal to total number of PV buses plus the total number of generator buses minus the slack bus. As we all know, out of all the buses, one bus always has to be taken as the slack bus or swing bus or reference bus. Okay, that is known as your slack bus or swing bus or reference bus out of all the buses, and that has to be selected from the generator bus. So say total number of buses is given as 50, and total number of PV buses is given as 10. Total number of generator buses is given as 6. Then what will be your quantities like? Now small a is equals to 50, total number of buses. Small b will be equal to total number of PV buses, that is 10, plus the total number of generator buses minus slack bus. So total number of generator buses is 6. So 6 minus slack bus. Out of all these generator buses, that is out of all these 6 generator buses, we take 1 out as the slack bus. So it will be 6 minus 1. Okay. So B will be equal to 10 plus within brackets 6 minus 1 is equals to 15. So size of Jacobian matrix will be equal to twice A minus B minus 2 into twice A minus B minus 2. In place of A, you can substitute 50. In place of B, you can substitute 15. So this will come out to be 83 cross 83. So the matrix will be of 83 cross 83, size of the Jacobian matrix. These questions, they normally come in slightly tougher competitive exams. So one example I've given you. Now another example, say again, total number of buses is given as 100. The total number of PV buses are given as 10. Fixed shunt capacitor buses are given as 5. Reactive power support buses are given as 20. Generator buses are given as 6. Now again, A stands for, small a stands for total number of buses, and small b stands for the total number of all PV buses. Now in the previous numerical, you must have thought that ym is equals to 15. Ym is not equal to 10. Well, the simple answer is PV bus actually means the bus to which generator is connected, and generator bus is the one also to which generator is connected. Though at PV bus P and V are known, and at generator bus V and delta are known, but both are voltage supporting buses. Okay, so B, that is small b, is always equals to, you can remember in this way, not as total number of buses but as the total number of voltage support buses. Is it clear? Now in this numerical, the second one that I am talking about, total number of buses is 100. So A will be equal to 100. Now what will be your small b? Small b will be equal to the total number of PV buses, that is given as 10, plus the total number of generator buses minus the slack bus. Only one slack bus is taken, and generator buses are given as 6. Slack bus is taken out of these generator buses, that is out of 6 generator buses, one is taken out as a slack bus. So it will be, B will be equal to 10 plus within first bracket 6 minus 1, bracket closed, plus reactive support buses. Well, in 7th semester when you will go, then I will teach you one chapter. It is known as reactive power sensitivity and voltage control. There we will see that reactive power, if we supply reactive power to a particular bus from any kind of source and we can vary that reactive power, then we can provide effective voltage support to that bus. So reactive power support buses are also known as voltage support buses. Got it? So it will be, B will be equal to 10 plus, 10 means total number of PV buses, plus within first bracket total number of generator buses minus slack bus. Total number of generator buses is 6, slack bus is 1, so 6 minus 1, bracket closed. So it is 10 plus 6 minus 1. Okay, 10 plus first bracket 6 minus 1, bracket closed, plus total number of reactive power support buses, that is 20. Is it clear? So 10 plus 20 is, 10 plus 5 is 15. 6 minus 1 is 5. So 10 plus 6 minus 1 is actually 15, plus reactive power support bus is 20. So 15 plus 20 is equals to 35. Small b is equals to 35. Now here we did not take the fixed shunt capacitor buses into account. Why? Now because from the name it is clear that it is known as fixed shunt capacitor bus. Fixed shunt capacitor buses are actually treated as load bus. And what is a load bus? Where P and Q are known, these are not voltage support buses, because here the reactive power is fixed. Okay, so small b is equals to 35, small a is equals to 100. So what will be the size of the Jacobian matrix? Net will be again 2a minus b minus 2 bracket closed into first bracket open twice a minus b minus 2 first bracket closed. Okay, so 2 into 100 minus 35 minus 2. Okay, again I am saying size of Jacobian matrix is equals to first bracket open 2 into 100 minus 35 minus 2. So it is 200 minus 35 minus 2. What is that? 163. Now first bracket closed into again the same thing, first bracket open twice a minus b minus 2. That means you have to multiply 163 with 163. That is twice a minus b minus 2 into twice a minus b minus 2. So twice into 100 minus 35 minus 2 into twice of 100 minus 35 minus 2. So it comes out to be 163 cross 163 size of Jacobian matrix. This numerical came in GATE for load flow studies. Okay. And last one important note with respect to load flow studies, I would like to talk you about is that suppose a 4-bus system is given. So size of the Y-bus matrix is 4 cross 4. And the numerical they mention you that the number of non-zero elements is equals to 12. So as we all know, I have told you 100 times in the numerical that whenever the number of buses is specified, like in this case, they are specifying that a 4-bus system is there. So size of the Y-bus matrix will be automatically 4 cross 4. 4 cross 4 means total 16 elements will be there, out of which number of non-zero elements they are saying as equals to 12. Number of non-zero elements is equals to 12. So what are the total number of zero elements? 4. So immediately we find out sparsity. Sparsity means it's a ratio between the number of zero elements to that of the number of non-zero elements. It is represented by x. So or any variable you can use. I specify x. So capital X is equals to 4 by 16. What is 4? The number of zero elements. What is 16? Total number of elements, because size of the Y-bus matrix is 4 cross 4. Okay. So x comes out to be 0.25. So now they can ask you find the number of transmission lines. So in that case, you have to use the formula capital N square into 1 minus x. Capital N square into first bracket 1 minus x bracket closed minus n whole divided by 2. Got it? So capital N is how much? Now basically capital N is your total number of elements, or total you can say total number of buses. Total number of buses is 4. So n square means 4 square into first bracket 1 minus x bracket closed. So 1 minus 0.25 bracket closed minus n, that is minus 4. The entire thing divided by 2. So you have 4 square into 1 minus 0.25 within bracket closed minus 4, the entire thing divided by 2. So number of transmission lines comes out to be equal to 4. Here capital N means the total number of buses. 4 buses are specified, that's why I have taken n is equals to 4. Thank you.